I was on my chill shit. Now I'm on my drill shit. You niggas claiming y'all catching bodies but never kill shit. And y'all like that, didn't you? That's a song I'm working on. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing that. But no, that was actually a song I'm working on. It's not released yet. Just a little rough draft of a hook. But regardless of that, man, you know what I realized, man? The older you get, the more you just stop giving a fuck. And I noticed this because I'm 32 years old. I turned 33 in August. And being that I turned 33 in August, it gets to the point in life where you just realize that this world is going to hell. It is going to the shit. And the reason why it's going to shit because everybody's trying to be friendly. Nobody wants to be honest. Everybody just wants to be that person, that guy, that gal that just, passively accepts all the bullshit that's going on, but then want to complain about why nothing gets done. So anytime somebody such as myself or King Lion or Black Sands or Averb or Kevin Samuels or anybody else out there that is in their field and they try to bring some intellect and some common sense and the right information to people, it gets to the point where you just realize that some people just want to remain stupid. Ignorance is bliss. Now, when you think of ignorance is bliss, we got to break that down. First off, ignorance. Ignorance is not knowing, meaning you do not know. Meaning if you ain't never built a house before, you're ignorant to it. You do not know. You do not know how to do it properly. You just don't know. You do not know how to do a backflip if you never did a backflip before. You don't know. That means you're ignorant to it. Blissful basically means happiness. Bliss basically just means happy. You're just happy. You're in a moment of bliss. I'm pretty sure you've seen the Hershey's commercial. But it just means you're in a moment of bliss. So when you put that together, the phrase, ignorance is bliss, it basically means some people out there are happy with not knowing. And when you think about that, it's actually quite true. Because the less you know, the more you can play the ignorant card. And some people out there love playing the ignorant card, but they do not want to correct themselves or better themselves for the purpose of just not being ignorant. Like, for example, you have people out there who will sit there and complain that they don't know something, but refuse to take their black ass to Google or ask somebody about something because they're afraid they're going to get looked down on. That's not the reason why you should even be doing it. The reason you should be doing it is because you know that you don't know and you want to get to know. Knowledge is power. Y'all remember the story between the asshopper, well, I was going to say the asshopper, but the grasshopper and the ant, right? When it was time for winter for them to be collecting and storing food, the ant did work while the grasshopper just sat and watched. Then when it came time to actually eat and benefit off that hard work, the grasshopper didn't have anything and the ant had plenty. Moral of the story is this: if you're gonna sit there and bitch and complain about something and you're not willing to do anything to change that, regardless if you're successful at it or not, if you're not willing to put forth the steps to change something that you want to see, then stop complaining about it. Don't get mad at the people that are, because they're actually out there doing. They have a right to complain because they're trying to do something. You just sitting on your ass. It's a difference. For example, if it's something that I have an issue with, I'm going to talk about it. I make videos. I do video game playthroughs because I felt put it like this. The reason why I started doing video game playthroughs was because I got tired of seeing people on YouTube at the time asking for help for certain parts, and the people who they were asking for help underneath their videos, the people who they were asking for help, they wouldn't help them. They wouldn't make no how-tos properly. They wasn't showing any walkthrough guides for anything, because at the time I was doing Nintendo DS playthroughs, and prior, which means before, to me doing that or doing those Nintendo DS playthroughs, it was a bunch of people just uploading Pokemon videos, or they would do some montage of all the characters in the game doing like some type of special moves or something. They never did a full playthrough to properly explain where something was or where the next part of the game was or how to get through this tough part. They wasn't. I started doing videos on YouTube, video game playthroughs on the Nintendo DS back in 2006, and people still comment on those playthrough videos. I kid you not. People still watch Black Sigil. They still watch Power Rangers Samurai, which I don't know why, that game was terrible. But they still, and a number of other games, they still watch those videos because some of them, they probably got the games late, or they may be trying to relive some memories of the game that they once played. And regardless, they end up seeing something that I left for them to enjoy, or to help them get past a certain dungeon or whatever the case may be. I'm helpful to motherfuckers. I know that. So if I feel that people aren't playing their part, or if these e-girls on Twitch is getting more shine than they should because these simps are out here acting like a goddamn fool because they ain't never got no pussy before, or if you got people on the internet saying shit that they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. They don't try to fucking dig on Google, you know what I'm saying? Just do a simple Google search would prove that a lot of the shit that they're saying is wrong, because the information is out there. It's not rocket science, bro. It's never been rocket science. Y'all motherfuckers just lazy. Everybody wants to be the opinionated motherfucker that knows too damn much, but nobody wants to be the one that actually understands that they're wrong so that they can go and correct themselves so they don't continue to be wrong. So everybody just continues in the same cycle of stupid. It's like this. The truth isn't a tool to use to prove that you are right. The truth, excuse me, let me rephrase that because I messed up. See, that's what happens. They can't even do that. The truth isn't a weapon to use against somebody to prove that you're right. The truth is instead a tool to help you understand where we are wrong. And once we understand where we are wrong, we correct ourselves and we better ourselves based on that newfound knowledge. So when you have people out there who know that they're lying to folks with a lot of bullshit and a lot of reasons behind why they do certain things, and people like myself or anybody else that I've named, again, in our respective fields, whether it be debating comics, whether it be about debating life, whether it be about debating the legitimacy of the LGBT community, whether it be about the bullshit about modern day feminism, the AAIP, or the BLM organization as an organization, not as a message, you're always going to have that group of people that's going to blindly, and I mean blindly, defend the bullshit. It's going to happen. Because you got to understand, I told myself this a long time ago, there are more fools than cools. And what do I mean by that? There's more people without the knowledge that are happy as hell because they don't want to correct themselves, so they just remain stupid. And so we end up with a society that we have now. I'm pretty sure if the right people checked this soccer mom mentality when it first started, the world wouldn't be as fucked up as it is, because it made a generation docile and passively accepting of all the dumb shit that's going on today. And it's going to be a lot of people in the pit like this. The same way that we look at our ancestors, I'm talking about black people now, the same way we look at our ancestors when it comes to slavery. Like, how come it's people, how come they didn't fight back? I mean, I would have fought back, because you're not looking at it from the perspective of where their mind was at that time. You have people who know that, hold on, I'm crossing the street, so give me a second. But you have people that know that there were groups of slaves that actually fought to free themselves. And they wasn't waiting for no piece of paper to get signed to say that they was free. They didn't wait for a piece of the paper to sign to fight, to be looked at as human. You know what I'm saying? For something as trivial as the color of the skin. You know what I'm saying? They fought to understand their greatness and not be told that they're a detriment. How am I a detriment to your ass? You stole me because you didn't know how to build shit. Last time I checked, your ass didn't even know how to take a goddamn bath. And y'all know exactly who the fuck I'm talking about. But anyway, It's people out there that will never, ever, 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 ever try to better themselves because they're embarrassed to even show that they didn't know, when that's the most humbling fucking thing that your ass can do. Not only are you going to inspire other people that don't know to go out there and search for knowledge and to better themselves, but the best part about it is you're taking yourself out of that bullshit. You're taking yourself out of that ignorance by applying knowledge. You feel me? But, going back to my original point, as you get older in this world, you just learn not to give a fuck, because that's the best way to get any type of result. You can't give a fuck about people's sensitivity. You can't give a fuck about people's personal whatever. You just can't care. You know you got to talk the facts, because not enough people are talking about it. So many people get into in this world, and they build a life around the lies that they live, so much to the point where when you tear down one thing about lies is that lies is a very fragile bubble. All it takes is just a little speck of truth, boom, and it crumbles that whole little protection. A lie is ever changing. The truth always remains solid. Remember that. You can only hide the truth. You can't eliminate it, no matter how hard you try. Because the harder you try to hide the truth, the more you're just letting us know we got to dig deeper. There's always going to be some breadcrumbs that ancestors left behind that tell the truth about what you don't want to have out there. So when you live a lie, right, and you got people like myself that counter that with the truth, with the facts, the truth, not your personal opinion on what the truth is, you have people who they got so comfortable in living in that illusion of a lie that they just can't see themselves, living any other way. So the moment that's all they know. So the split second you knock down that wall of bullshit, they coming for you. And one thing I want to say is that cancel culture is cancer culture. And I do mean cancerous as fuck, because everything about cancel culture, the whole Me Too movement, the LGBT community, modern day feminism, all that shit, is bullshit. Because they don't even check the people in their community. They're so happy to have additional members to their community that they don't even check the authenticity of the people that they're supporting. So what happens is a bunch of innocent people get locked up. A lot of innocent people get their means to provide for themselves shut down, and all because these little insensitive bastards don't even try to put in the effort of doing just a little bit of critical thinking to seeing if this person has some good points to what they're talking about. So unfortunately, we end up with a society of petty little motherfuckers who can't get told no, who can't get told that they're maybe ugly as hell. You can't even tell somebody that they're fat and they need to lose weight without them getting all extra sensitive and shit. Nigga, I'm trying to save your goddamn life, your cholesterol levels through the goddamn roof. But, you know what I'm saying? You literally one lick of peanut butter and jelly away from a fucking stroke. I'm trying to help your ass out. Getting there and getting on that goddamn gym and getting that fucking treadmill. Shit, you can't even do that. You can't even help people the way they see. Everybody wants to sugarcoat shit. You can't sugarcoat the truth and then expect to help people, because it's not going to have the same impact as when you just telling them straight up facts. I don't give a damn about if I'm hurting your feelings. Is this shit going to motivate you to get up and better your damn self? That's all we give a fuck about. But I digress. Because unfortunately, even though I say this, you're still going to have ignorance out there. You're still going to have stupidity out there. You're still going to have people that don't want to learn, don't want to better themselves. They want to be know-nothing know-it-alls, as I call them. Know-nothing know-it-alls. I'm going to put that on some merch, by the way. By the way, that's already copyrighted, so nice try if you try to, I'm going to cease and desist your ass. but know nothing know-it-alls. The motherfuckers who don't know shit but want to act like they know every goddamn thing. So, with that being said, man, I'm going to leave here. You know, I got to head to work. So with that being said, man, thank you guys for watching. Peace, love y'all, and I will see y'all next time for another vlog. Remember, be humble in victory, be gracious in defeat, but show no mercy in battle. World Warriors Collective.